Hey, so I'm just making a quick video on how to smart bomb drone sites. You do this mainly for the escalations. Um, so I'll load up the fit here. It's T2 smart bombs. You need the T2 for the extra range. If you're not going to use T2, then you have to use faction. The T1 bombs just don't have enough range. It makes it too complicated. You're going to need at least 2 of these. 3 just makes them go a lot faster. You can upgrade the armor repairer. That would make it a bit easier to run the sites, but this is the fit that I use now. There's also the faction fit. It's the same thing, just with faction bombs, and you can drop the grappler if you want. Put an MGD because it's a more expensive fit. You want to be able to be a bit more slippery, but the T2 works perfectly fine, so I don't see any reason to upgrade to faction. You just have to make sure that you're cap stable, and you can do that by upgrading some of the capper charters to faction depending on your skills. The strategy is to warp in to your pod. As you're warping, you get your pod to warp to the next site. Once the battleships land, activate smart bombs, grapple on anything that's far away. There is one site where you have to do something slightly different to begin with, but then it's just activate smart bombs. And I'll show you how to run these sites now. So now I'm going to show you the warp-ins for the sites. So this is the disk site. You basically burn straight down. You can use Q-click in order to get a good warp in. You basically want to be right in front of them, about 3 or 4K off. You don't want to get too close to the ball because then you'll bounce off when you land. This is the second site. It's the one with the tower. This one's the easiest. You just click on the sentry. It's to the left of the tower. Click approach, and then you can AFK. So I've just sped this up, and you can see once you're on 0. Once you're within 2K, you can probably warp in. But once you're in 0, all the NPCs are super close. This is the disk site. I've just landed from my warp in. I activate my smart bombs. I do 2 cycles of the smart bomb just to kill the frigates and damage the cruisers. I need to destroy the structure. So you can do that 2 ways, by just using sentry drones, or if the NPCs have enough time to get away, you can just activate your smart bombs then. So you can see that's what I'm doing now. They've gotten far enough away that I can activate smart bombs. By using smart bombs, you can kill the structure a little bit faster than using sentry drones. Once the structure is dead, you just need to move towards where the structure was a little bit. Only a couple of seconds will do it. And then you can drop your sentry drones and kill those NPCs. Then you pull in your drones and activate smart bombs, and from that point you can just stay still. Check on your alternate character, make sure it's getting in its warp-ins. So I've killed that first wave, and now I'm just activating my smart bombs, and then I don't move. This disk site tends to be the one that does the most damage because you have the sentry drones that are constantly shooting you. Most of the time you'll be fine, but sometimes, like I think in this video, you get pretty low in armor, almost into structure. But because you have a damage control, you should be completely fine. That's why I should suggest upgrading to a better repper, but that just makes the fit more expensive. And if you're paying attention, there should be no issue because it only happens at the very end of the site. Here the site's finished. There's no reason to kill the sentry drones. You can still get your escalation. So here I am warping into the next site. I've just cut the video. Activating smart bombs, and then you just burn through the site. You don't really need to do anything. Here I grapple this battleship. It's a little bit far away, just to make sure it moves away. Most of the time you don't need to do that. While I'm doing this, I'm also making sure that my pod is warping to the next site. You'll run these sites as fast as they spawn, so you need a system that's got at least 6 or 7 of the drone squads. The more the better. With 3, you're basically running them a little bit faster than they spawn, so there's a tiny bit of downtime. One thing that you should be careful of is not bumping against the structure. So you can Q-click just to get a bit further away at the start of the site, but it's rarely an issue. So sometimes there's a sentient spawn. It's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is grapple it, maybe approach with one of your battleships so that as soon as you kill it, you can pick up any loot. Make sure to loot it because it can drop a faction damage control, which can be worth quite a bit. This tower site is almost done. So you can see here, I'm going to check in on my ult to make sure it's at the warp in. There I am, checking. Yep, perfect. So as soon as this wave is done, I'm going to fleet warp to my ult. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, just leave a comment.